Hello everybody. It's a double hello everybody for the people on Facebook, but it's just a single one for the people on YouTube. And I tell you what, it's a big here's my face, which Facebook people already get because it's Facebook, so it starts with a face over there. It's a big here's my face to YouTube. Boom, it's FaceTime. There we go, as in it is my FaceTime. So, it's story and joke time. I'm very excited. Today we've got these fine jokes. Look, I'm expecting this comment column over here to be filled with jokes. I've already had one joke somewhere. Today we're doing The Dog Detectives by Finn and Zoa. Lost in London, so I think that's part of a series, but I've only got that one. We are doing After the Storm by Nick Butterworth, one of the many lovely Percy the Park Keeper stories. And, put that way around. And we are doing Elliot, Midnight Superhero. No idea what that's about, but can't wait to read it. I'm very excited. So, we started with Lozzie saying, hello everybody, Maddie and Noah are ready. I'm expecting some good jokes. I know that those guys have got some smashers in the offing. Alex, the real power of music, says, hello. And I say hello to you, Alex. I then said, contenders, ready. Gladiators, ready. But I didn't go, 3, 2, 1. Because I couldn't do that. And then Lozzie said, ready. Helen says, hello, Duncan. She also says hello to Alex, Lozzie, Maddie, and Noah. And then Esme says, hello, everyone. Hello. Hello, Esme. Now, Esme's sister isn't here today, nor is her mum. They've abandoned us to go swimming in a lake. How rude is that? Tamsin's here though. Hello, Duncan. Hello, everybody, says Tamsin. And some of you might have noticed I've had to go hat. Once you go hat, you never go back because, frankly, there's just too much hair. Too much hair. I know Alex has done that opposite. He just shaved all of his hair off. For me, it's just I can't do it anymore, so I'm just covering it up until I can get a haircut. As soon as you know when my Greek friend Skevi has opened up her shop again, let me know. And we'll get these sides sorted out. I can't do it anymore. We've had to go for a hat. It is hat time. It's hat o'clock. It does mean I get ever such a slight shadow of my eyes here, but I don't mind. I think it gives me character. If I lean back like that, then you can see my whole face. Good. Now, we've already had a joke. Let's see if I can find that joke, though. Come on, where is it? YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. You've got to be having a laugh with me right now. It better be. It better be receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. Doesn't seem to be having a problem over there. Anyway, a joke from Trevor. Trevor says, I shall be watching Duncan, but have to comment here. Now, Trevor, you have a habit actually, and it's absolutely fine, but you have a habit of commenting all over the place, except on the video. If you go to the live video of Facebook, then I'll see it. The only way, in fact, I'll see the jokes you make are on Facebook. I happened to catch this one before. Sometimes you private message me something during a live stream. I can't read that. The only places I can read stuff is on the comments on both live streams. Now, I know you can't comment on YouTube, but you can comment on Facebook, and yeah, feel free to comment on there. And I know you do that quite often, but then every now and then we'll finish a live stream, Trevor, and there'll be a bunch of comments from you somewhere else, and I won't have seen them during the thing. So hope that's okay. However, first joke of the day. What is the longest word in the English language? Smiles, because there's a mile between the first and last letters. Ah, it's nice that. It's nice that. It is. I mean, it's definitely better than my version of the joke. What's the longest word in the English language? Smarathons. Because there's a 26... Anyway. Well, pretend I didn't say that, everybody. And I shall shut that down. Look, now it's saying it's excellent condition. I don't think we had any signalling issues there. I think it was just lying to me, to be perfectly honest with you. But I do need to just get the YouTube thing up, because people do make jokes over on YouTube, so I need to make sure I can see them. Otherwise I'll miss out. And then I'll go back and see what jokes I'm already missing out on. Oh, look, see, Trevor is already there. He's already there making those comments. Ada, Eleanor and Francis are watching. Eleanor and Francis, hello. I hope you're really well, Eleanor and Francis. And I hope you've got some good jokes for me. Let's see if you can win the joke competition. Now, on YouTube, anyone that comments on YouTube, their comments go up and everyone can see them. They're actually part of the feed. But you're more than welcome to stay right here on Facebook if you want, because it doesn't really matter. You can still see the jokes, you can still hear them, and you can still see the books. So great that you're here, though, Eleanor and Francis. I've really missed you guys, and I know that I'm going to see you again. Well, I think I'm going to see you guys tomorrow morning anyway, but we're all good. We are good to go. Now, where are your comments? Where have they disappeared to on my computer? Over here. So, we have got... Tamsin, first joke. Second joke of the day. Someone stole my mood ring yesterday. I don't know how I feel about it. It's winning at the moment in the grown-ups. Jessica has just sent Helen, who's Jessica's mum, a photo of Megan, who's Jessica's daughter, about to enter the lake. By the way, my friend Malcolm, he's just started watching. I'm going to remind him to keep it family friendly, but I know that he's got a million good jokes, and he could probably win the grown-up joke competition quite easily. Probably, I'd be very surprised if he didn't submit a joke that would instantly win. Of course, Malcolm, you are more than welcome here or on YouTube, where there is a link in the description of this Facebook video. You can join us over there too, if you so desire, sir. Now, here we go. Tamsin says, I look smooth. Here we go, don't mind what we said. Helping others. Right, sorry. I just got an email and realised halfway through it wasn't a joke. So I was trying to think, that's not funny. It's because somebody just sent me an email and it popped up on my screen. Right. Why did the rope get told off? Because it was very naughty. I mean, it relies on a lot of mouth work on that one, naughty. But I like it, Esme, and of course it's winning because you're the only child to have submitted a joke so far. Great. Where do... this is winning, though. Where do rabbits go after their wedding? They go on bunnymoon. I like it. The good thing about the rope getting told off is that a rope is what you would use to pull down a big bell and to tell a bell, of the telling of the bells. So told a bell got... There's probably another rope joke in there, but we'll have to be... somebody will have to tell me about how that joke goes. How do you know how heavy a chili pepper is? Give it away, give it away, give it away now. Give it away, give it away, give it away now. That is an amazing joke. Now, given the fact that I don't expect that Maddie and Noah know about the Red Hot Chili Peppers, I'm going to suggest that that was a Lozzie joke, and it's definitely winning. It's definitely winning for the grown-ups. At the moment, we've got Esme winning, and we've got Lozzie winning. And no jokes over on Facebook just yet. But we're doing great. Now, we've got to get on with our books. I'm getting carried away now. We got this book, number one, The Dog Detectives, Lost in London. I have no idea what to expect from this book. I got very excited about Dog Detectives, and I'm hoping we might be able to solve a mystery while we're reading this book. That's what I'm hoping for. I don't know if we will. We'll find out. But we'll see what happens, won't we? It is illustrated, but it's by the way, it's by Finn and Zoa. I don't know who Finn and Zoa are. It says nothing. Look, there's not even a front page here. Straight into the main book. So, crikey, I think there might be a lot of words in this one. So, here we go. Lost in London. What a place to be. So much to do. So much to see. Sorry, I'm just going to change my page so that I can just see how we look over here. So much to do. So much to see. History, mystery and underground trains, giant red buses and cobblestone lanes. Amid the whiz and the whir of the busy old streets, animals scurry, flutter and sleep. The most famous of all are kept in a tower. 6 black ravens with mystical powers. There is a legend that says the ravens must stay or the Tower of London will crumble and the kingdom decay. It's true, there is that. That's true. The 6 ravens were watching the sunset over London when a bat swooped down from above Oh, okay, we've abandoned the rhyming scheme. I got confused. You look bored, he said. Want to play hide and seek? That sounds fun, replied Thor, the loudest raven of all, but we're not allowed to leave the tower. Don't worry, said the bat. I promise to find you all before bedtime. I'll start counting. 1, 2, 3. The next morning, the dog detectives, Detective Jack and, oh my goodness, and Detective Poco Loco, the excitement on my face, Detective Jack and Deputy Poco Loco. There's a deputy called Poco Loco. Were a foxtrot away when, there we are, I reckon this is Detective Jack and this is Deputy Poco Loco. Halt! A police officer shouted. Detective Jack swerved and tumbled into a newspaper stand. London is doomed, cried the officer. We must find the raven. Fear not, said Detective Jack. We'll have this case wrapped up in time for an afternoon tea. You can bet your biscuits on it. Good old Detective Jack. How are we doing? Just checking the feed since we had that little wobbly moment. Everything says it's going fine. Oh, look, I just clicked on that and straight away it said it's struggling. I think we're fine. I think we're fine. They raced along the River Thames to the London Eye. Top of the morning to you, came a voice from the ticket desk. I am the Rat Riddler, the eyes and ears of the city. Do you know about the missing ravens? Asked Detective Jack. Like a genie, I'll give you 3 clues, said the Rat Riddler. Clue number 1, I have a face and 2 hands, but I cannot walk. I count to 12, but cannot talk. What am I? Count to 12. I'm going to see if I can work this one out. What do you think, guys? I'm going to just pause for a moment while we try and work out that little bit of the thing. Has a face and 2 hands, but cannot walk. Count to 12, but cannot talk. Wow, that's tricky, isn't it? What are we thinking? What do you reckon? Yeah, okay. We'll see if it comes up. Sorry, I was just checking stuff while we were going. A clock, said Detective Jack. A clock has a face and 2 hands and counts to 12. Well done, Detective Jack. Your answer is right on time, said the Rat Riddler. They jumped on a bus and headed towards Big Ben, the biggest clock tower of all. The dog detectives looked up and found the first missing raven. There's the first missing raven sitting on the hour hand. Now for clue number 2, said the Rat Riddler. She wears a crown upon her head and falls asleep in a royal bed. What do we reckon? She wears a crown upon her head and falls asleep in a royal bed. Wears a crown, has a crown upon her head, falls asleep on a royal bed. I'm going to be honest with you, I think that's too easy. We're not even going to pretend like we don't know how that one goes. That is... That's easy, said Deputy Poco Loco, wagging his tail. The Queen wears a crown and she sleeps in a royal bed. The team cycled to the gates of Buckingham Palace and they spotted the second missing raven. Hold on, I can't see it yet. Pointing up. Oh, sitting on top of a fox beefeater's hat. See, I was looking over here and it's over here. Smashing, said the Rat Riddler. And now for my final clue. I wear bark, grow leaves and shade parks. What am I? I grow bark. I wear bark, grow leaves and shade parks. That's That's pretty easy, that one as well, isn't it? That's a tree. A tree wears bark, grows leaves and shades parks, cried Deputy Poco Loco. The dog detectives pedalled full tilt through the parks of London until high in the treetops they saw the third missing raven. What better place to hide than in Hyde Park, said Detective Jack. Historian joke time. Well done, Detective Jack. Deputy Poco Loco scratched his ears. If I were a raven, I'd hide somewhere busy and loud to be hidden away in the bustling crowd. Oh, we're back to rhyming, are we? The team wormed their way through giant red buses and honking black cars. There, amongst... What have I forgotten? Look what I've forgotten. There, amongst the clatter and chatter of Trafalgar Square, was the fourth missing raven. Now, we've got a bit of a Where's Wally job here. Where do we think? Amongst the clatter and chatter is the fourth raven. I'm struggling here. Just going to have to trust. Look, top of Nelson's column, it's another fox. Okay, I can't see it, but then I also can't see the detective or the deputy. So I'm just going to have to trust it. I'm going to have to trust them that it's there. Let's find out. Well done, Deputy, said Detective Jack. If I were a raven, I'd feel right at home, nestled high up in the roof of a dome. The team jumped back on their bikes and hot-dogged it to the biggest dome in the city. They ran up the steps of St. Paul's Cathedral and pushed open the heavy wooden doors. Blending into the magnificent dome was the fifth missing raven hiding up here. I still feel like we've missed a trick. Where is... Hustle and bustle. I'm going to have a little moment. I want to have found the other raven, you see. Ah, there we go. Found it. Down by the pond there. You guys probably saw that. They found the fifth missing raven just up here in St. Paul's Dome. The team circled the city in search of the final missing raven. They found bats beneath bridges, a spattering of sparrows, and a family of foxes, but no raven. Where was Thor, the loudest raven of all? It's almost time for afternoon tea, said Detective Jack, rubbing his belly. Could you please give us one more clue? Well, I guess I do suppose, said the Rat Riddler. What's lost is right beneath your nose. I'm very confused by this clue. What's lost is right beneath your nose. Now, beneath his nose is his belly. It's not any chance he's accidentally eaten the raven, is there? Let's find out. Oh, that's clever. The dog detectives knew there was one place they hadn't searched. They whizzed down into the London Underground for a shortcut across the city. Camden Town, very good. Good stuff up there. They waited there, waiting patiently. At the Tower of London was Thor, the last missing raven. Looks like I'm the winner of hide and seek, Thor said proudly. The Rat Riddler smiled. Sometimes the hardest thing to find is right under your nose. Well, now that London is safe and sound, said Detective Jack, here is a riddle for all of you. What starts with a T and ends with a T and has T in it? So it starts with a T, ends with a T, and has T in it. I do know the answer to this one. It's like a joke, this one. What do we think? Starts with a T, ends with a T, has T in it. Teapot! A teapot! There they are. Enjoying it. Oh, not the teapot. It says the end. There we go. Amazing. Then there's a bunch of London facts. I tell you what, while doing the jokes, tell me if you want the London facts. And if you want them, I will read them. I think this might be an American book. I'm only guessing. But it feels Feels like it's come at it from a very American perspective. Not that that really makes much of a difference. If you want the London facts, we'll do them. If not, we'll close that and we'll move on to the next one. Now, so many of your jokes coming in. Let's see what I have missed. And let's just see where we are. We are slightly behind the feed. I noticed that there is a little bit of buffering happening, I think. But you're not that far behind. You're not that far behind. So I think we are okay. Okay, that's a good book. I agree. I like a book with a bit of a riddle in it. Jokes are kind of riddles, aren't they? They sort of say one thing but mean another, and that's kind of what jokes are as well. Okay, no jokes over on Facebook just at the moment. No jokes over there, but that's fine. That's fine. You are not obliged to submit any jokes, but we do have jokes on YouTube. So, let's see. Deputy Poco Loco, what are the chances? I know, I cannot believe it, but I think there might be more jokes above that. Right, give it away, give it away, give it away now. That's winning the adults, and the children joke competition is, where do rabbits go after their wedding? They go on Bunny Moon. Let's see how we are doing. We have got, what sits, oh, from Jake. Hello, Jake. Very pleased you're here. What sits at the bottom of the sea and twitches? A nervous wreck. I like that one. I don't know if we've had that. Have we had that one before? I like it. Anyway, it's a very good joke. Hope he is not un poco loco. Well, he didn't seem to be actually. He seemed to be very, very much on top of things, didn't he? Where are we? There is a watermelon van going around with a very noisy loudhailer. Very good watermelons, 2 for €5. Shh. I can't hear the story. Oh, I thought that was a joke. Oh, I thought that was a joke, Tamsin, but you're actually telling me something that's really happening. Shh. Duncan's doing his story. I got very confused then, very confused. But I like that. So, how does the moon cut his hair? He clips it. I think that might be the 3rd time that one's come up, but let's be honest, it's a cracking joke. What is a reptile's favourite film? The Lizard of Oz? Or Godzilla. London facts, please. Here we go. London facts. I shall read them to you. London is the capital city of Great Britain. Famous for its vibrant history and important landmarks, it is one of the most visited cities in the world. I loved London. I live very close to the high-speed rail, so I can get to London very quickly. There are many ways to travel around London, such as the iconic red buses, public bicycles and the underground trains. The legend of the ravens dates back hundreds of years when King Charles II made it known that at least 6 ravens must be kept at the Tower of London, and without them Great Britain would fall. Sounds like nonsense to me, but you know, tradition. What I don't like is apparently they clip the wings of those ravens so they can't go away. The Tower of London was built almost 1,000 years ago. It has been a fortress, a royal palace, an armoury and a prison where beheadings took place. Gruesome. Shakespeare would love it. It is now home to the Crown Jewels, which I went to see on a school trip, which are guarded by the yeoman warders, who are also known as beefeaters. The London Eye was opened in the year 2000 and was originally known as the Millennium Wheel. It was built as a symbol of modern London. When in a capsule at the top of the eye, you can see 40 kilometres in every direction, unless it's cloudy, in which case you can see half a kilometre in every direction. Trafalgar Square is home to Nelson's Column, paid for by the English people to honour the victory of Admiral Nelson during the Battle of Trafalgar. Today, Trafalgar Square is a meeting place rich in art and architecture, and I believe... You've said kings. Oh, because yeah, that's the kind of thing that a king would say. Yes, well, best keep the ravens at the Tower of London. I'm king, so why not? Something interesting, it doesn't mention it on here, but you know the bronze plaques, and maybe the lions, but I'm not sure, on the front of Nelson's Column, or all around Nelson's Column. I think it's just the plaques, but it might be the lions as well, are made from the melted down cannons that were on Nelson's ship. There we go. That's a fact for you. And the length of it from the base to the tip is the length of Nelson's ship too. There we go. Now you know. St Paul's Cathedral has been rebuilt 4 times. I'm noticing a little bit of buffering. I can see it. It says, by the way, that my internet is perfect. That's what it says. My internet is perfect. So the fact that it's not perfect is more of a reflection on the lies that I'm being told by everything internet-wise. Like down here it says it's perfect, up there it says it's not. Hopefully you guys are still getting the signal just a little bit behind me, I think. So you might be getting some buffering, but we keep going. We keep going. And I find some people to utterly destroy. Where were we? The present one was the St Paul's Cathedral was designed by Sir Christopher Wren and was built when the old one burned down in the Great Fire. Since then, the cathedral has survived World War II and the Blitz. My wife's grandpa, he helped put out fires in London. He lived in London, was a firefighter in London during the Second World War. He's 98 years old. Hyde Park is the largest park in London, was originally used by King Henry VIII for hunting. Nowadays, the park is open to everyone. Its most visited sites are Speaker's Corner and the Memorial Fountain for Diana, Princess of Wales. Big Ben is the massive bell inside the famous clock tower of Westminster Palace. The bell is heavier than a killer whale and very loud. Big Ben rings every hour with smaller bells ringing in every quarter. Now we know more about the Tower of London. There we go. I'm going to pop that over there. Oh, it just stayed on the chair. Now, your jokes. I'm sorry about the little bits of buffering that's happening, but I think we're okay. What's a reptile's fault? We've done that one. Tried to catch some... Oh, good joke, Tamsin. I tried to catch some fog once, but I missed. Ha! A man went to the doctor's with a piece of coal in his eye. Doctor said, that's a minor injury. Ha ha ha! Like it! Like it, like it, like it. Oh, I don't know how I'm going to decide today. I don't know how I'm going to decide. I'm getting ever so frustrated with my internet. Now, we've got to do another story. We've got to do another story. So, After the Storm by Nick Butterworth. That's where we're going. I'm just going to crack on and hope that we don't miss anything. Let's get this up. Get rid of this. We don't need that, but we do need this. After the Storm. I feel like that's a little bit big. I'm going to make you a little bit smaller. The last one I felt like it just slightly got in my face a little bit smaller. There you go, After the Storm. Stop getting tickets on yourself. You don't need to be so big. Right, here we go. After the Storm. Percy the park keeper couldn't sleep. Outside his hut, a great storm was raging with thunder and lightning and pouring rain. Percy wasn't frightened by the thunder, and he loved to watch the lightning as it lit up the whole park. He didn't even mind the rain. But there was one thing Percy didn't like. He didn't like the wind. As any golfer will tell you, the rain's fine, but the wind. It blew down fences in the park and it ripped branches off the trees. He didn't like it one bit. Oh dear, he sighed as he watched from his window. The wind tugged at the trees, making them creak and groan. It looks like I'm going to be busy tomorrow. He pulled his pillow over his head and he tried to get some sleep. Percy was up early in the morning. The wind had stopped and the sky was clear. Percy loaded up his wheelbarrow with all the things he would need to make repairs and clear up after the storm. Then he set off to inspect the damage. He felt happy as he took deep breaths of fresh, clean air. Perhaps the damage wouldn't be too bad. The connection issues might be me. I know some of you are talking about connection issues. They really might be me. I can see my thing keep streaming, and over there it's saying I'm right at the... It's saying I'm on a different page and everything. So I can see into the past, and there's nothing I can do about it, I'm afraid. My laptop says that I have perfect signal, and my internet is supposed to be perfect. but I'm getting an error message saying YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. As such, viewers will experience buffering, and it seems you are. So please don't think it's you. But it's not happening on my phone for some reason. So I don't know. Maybe try over on Facebook if you need to. I've seen the joke on Facebook, but I will do the joke afterwards. But he was wrong. Something dreadful had happened. A great big oak tree that had stood by itself on top of a little hill had been blown over by the storm. The giant tree had been one of Percy's favourites, and now it looked very sad, lying on its side with its massive tangly roots sticking up into the air. But it wasn't just one of Percy's favourite trees. Some of Percy's animal friends lived there. Now their homes were wrecked. Percy hurried up to the fallen tree. Look at it. There's all the animals there. They're very sad. The animals had gathered by the tree, looking cross and unhappy. When they saw Percy, everyone started talking at once. Percy sat down with his friends and listened as they told how the storm had brought down the great tree. And now we have nowhere to live, said Badger. Some of us lived in the tree and some of us lived under it, but now we're all homeless. Some of the rabbits looked close to tears, and the fox was very sniffy. Percy passed him his handkerchief, and the fox blew his nose. Percy stood up. Well, we'll just have to find you somewhere else to live, he said. Come on, everybody, jump into my wheelbarrow. The animals felt much better now that Percy was with them. First he took them to the pine wood, but nobody wanted to live there. Too dark, squeaked the mice. Too gloomy, said the hedgehog. So Percy took them to the shrubbery, but nobody wanted to live in the shrubbery either. No big trees, complained the squirrels. No big roots, moaned the rabbits. Never mind, said Percy. We'll try across the stream. Percy began to push the heavy wheelbarrow over a little bridge that crossed the stream. But as he got to the middle of the bridge, two things happened. 1, Percy stumbled. And 2, the wheelbarrow decided to see what it would be like to be a boat. Suddenly, Percy and his friends found themselves drifting downstream where the stream opened out into a lake. Percy stood up and looked around. We will have to paddle back to shore, he said, but then something caught his eye. No, wait, said Percy. Let's paddle across to the other side of the lake. I have an idea. The animals looked puzzled. What was Percy up to? Slowly, they paddled the wheelbarrow across the lake. Here we are, said Percy. The squirrels jumped ashore and tied up the wheelbarrow to the roots of the enormous hollow tree that grew by the water's edge. Now, this is my plan, said Percy. Everyone gathered around Percy as he explained his idea. Is everybody clear? Everyone nodded. Then let's get to work. Hello, Marshmallow Man, Charles. I hope you're well. They began by unloading all Percy's tools in the planks of wood from the wheelbarrow. Then Percy explained exactly what he wanted each one to do. He showed the badger how to use a saw. It requires opposable digits, but we'll be fine. He showed the squirrels how to knock in nails. Again, gripping a hammer, but you do what you need to do. The fox drilled holes and the rabbit screwed in screws. The mice were kept busy fetching and carrying for everyone else. At lunchtime, they took a short break to share some of Percy's peanut butter sandwiches. Ooh, peanut butter sandwiches. Then they got busy again. Look at them, they're doing all kinds of things. At long last their work was finished. A very tired Percy stood back to admire their handiwork. Now the squirrels had a new home. Charles, how long is left on the stream? We've got at least 10 minutes left. You've got plenty of time to get your best jokes in, Charles. The squirrels now had a brand new home. Look, they've got their own little balcony there. Who am I connected to? Yeah. So let's see how it goes over on. It's still buffering, it says, but we'll see. We'll see. Hopefully we're doing okay. Some people are just switching between the two things. There we go. So, where was I? We had jokes going. So let's get your jokes up. We've just got to crack on. I can't do anything. All the dogs in the neighbourhood are having a barking competition. Maybe they're telling jokes. Switching between Facebook and YouTube. How long is left? Chat disconnected. Successfully reconnected. What? What exercises do lazy people do? Diddly squats. That is me. That is just me. True story. Let's see. 2 joke stories sessions and 1 story to go. So, that's a great joke. That love that very much. How are we doing? Has it decided that's going to be a good enough internet experience? Right, we're going to lose connection on YouTube one more time because I'm just going to try one more thing. It says it's connected. There's no data currently going through to YouTube, but it says excellent connection and it doesn't have my banner. So I think that's what needs to happen is I need to just disconnect and reconnect sometimes. Maybe it's my laptop's problem and not a problem with the internet at all. Imagine if that was the case. It's not the case. So we're fine now. Anyway, looks like the connection is perfect. No excuses, lots of joke. What insect is hard to understand? A mumblebee. It's fun to say. You see, give me punchlines that are fun to say. Diddly squats, mumblebee. They're doing great. You guys are smashing it. Now, with these 1 or 2 internet issues, books are staying just there. I've got to make a decision soon, but we still get Elliot Midnight Superhero to come. Duncan, here's a joke. Oh, here we go. Do you stay... Oh, how? He's put give do you stay. He means how. How do you stay warm in a cold room? You go to the corner. It's always 90 degrees. Charles, that's a great joke. I like it. 90 degrees is too hot for me, but I like it. What kind of insect complains all the time? A grumblebee. We're working on a theme here, Esme, but you're winning me over. You're doing a good job. I like it. A grumblebee. I prefer mumblebee. It's more fun to say. Where were we? So, let's get back to stories. Elliot, Midnight Superhero, coming up. I don't know much about it, but it says top secret there. Looking forward to finding out what's so top secret about it. Elliot, Midnight Superhero. Are you ready? Oh, let's change books. Get rid of After the Storm. And let's get... Boom! Elliot, Midnight... I did a hiccup there. Did you hear it? That's a worry, isn't it? Because I haven't got a glass of water today. Make that a little bit smaller. There we go. So, oh, I hid it instead of... I did the wrong thing. I meant to do that, so it couldn't move. Oh, do you know this book, Lozzie? I've never heard of it. I tried to run away with the circus, but the police made me bring it back. Good joke. I feel... Do you know what? I feel like you actually said that joke earlier and I missed it. I've missed a couple. I've missed a few. Because I've missed... How does a penguin build a house? He glues it together. And Noah Maddie really enjoyed the facts. Tamsin retracted a joke from earlier. I wonder if that's her joke that she's since repeated. Anyway, it's a good joke. So I've never heard of this book before. We are going to read it and read it the most. Are you ready? Gladiators, ready? Are you ready? By day, I've got my sound desk in the way for my live stream later on. In fact, before I read this, I'm just going to quickly say, because there might be some people watching, please, please, please feel free to donate to Riley's fundraiser. Now, Riley is a young man that I know. He is absolutely wonderful. I know lots of people that are watching this stream right now have already donated. And aren't you wonderful for doing that? But there are people watching this that will not have heard this before. Riley has cerebral palsy and is raising money for a trike that will enable him to get about even when he's tired, because it's got power on it. He can ride it nice and fast himself, and it's great for exercise. It's great for his own helping him out physically, and it's great for him getting out and about in the place. There is a link in the Facebook video. There is a link in the YouTube video. Just follow that link. It will tell you all about it. I'm not going to go on and on about it. He is now 25% of the way through. He was less than 20% of the way through when we started really going on about this. So I know that people that have been watching my videos, Alex's videos, all the mask videos, have been donating, and the difference it's made is amazing. Honestly, I reckon it's about £400 or £500 has been added. It's incredible. You guys are wonderful. If you are watching and you'd like to donate, please, please, please do so by following one of the links. Now, back to the story, because it's story and joke time. We've got, by day, Elliot is quiet. He reads his books. He feeds his goldfish. He watches Mr. Smith wash his car. Good on him. Look, there he is reading his book. There's his goldfish eating a bit of cake. And then look over here. It says, Elliot is such a quiet little thing, say all the grown-ups. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. Bong! But when the clock strikes midnight, Elliot is a superhero! Woo! He hangs out of helicopters. He skis down glaciers. Glaciers? I don't know how I feel about that one. He returns teddies to babies. What a superhero. Sometimes the mayor needs Elliot's help. The lions have escaped from the zoo, he cries. They're rampaging through the streets. Luckily, Elliot is an expert lion tamer. Oh. He leaps from his bedroom window, races through the screaming crowds. Here he is, he's flying. It says here, showing now, attack of the beasts. There's big paw prints everywhere and lions everywhere. And comes face to face with the lions. He stares into the eyes of the roaring beasts. One by one, Elliot stops them in their tracks. And he leads the lions back to the zoo as the crowds cheer. Woo! Yay! Well done, Elliot! You're a legend! Noah wants to be Elliot. Noah is Elliot. Noah is a superhero anyway. Sometimes the Coast Guard call in his services, help! They shout. A ship is about to crash into the rocks. Luckily, Elliot is a champion swimmer. He dives into the towering waves, grabs the anchor and tows the ship to safety as the sailors shout, hooray! Sometimes the Queen requires assistance. A criminal mastermind has stolen the royal jewels, announces the royal butler in a voice Duncan thought would be the Queen's. Luckily, Elliot is an excellent sleuth. That means detective, like the Doctor detectives from earlier. He sneaks into the criminal mastermind's hideout. He follows the clues, cracks the code, opens the safe, and returns the jewels to the grateful Queen. Thank you. Tonight, Elliot receives an urgent message from the world's most important scientists. A giant meteor is heading this way. It's going to smash into the Earth. This is Elliot's most important mission ever. And look up here, they've got all of the science here. It says whoosh, picture of the Earth and a meteor. This is B100, 5 cheese, 74. Run for your life. Dial a pi, 717. Pi down here, different number. 2 plus 2 equals 5. 2 plus 2 equals 5. Moon, sun, Earth, panic. This is brilliant. This is MIST pot. Do not remove from lab. That's mission. Most important scientist. Luckily, Elliot has built a meteor-busting rocket launcher for just such an occasion. It's lucky he knew that was coming up. Unluckily, it's hidden in a deep cave in the mountains of Tibet. And the only way to get there before the meteor strikes is by supersonic jet. Luckily, Elliot is a skilled jet pilot. Elliot sets off over the Alps, over the Caspian Sea, across to the Himalayas. There we go, look. He's not gone in a very straight line, but we'll let him off. Yeah, good. I thought it said, for a moment I thought it said Everest, which we know isn't in Tibet, it's in Nepal. But it didn't, did it? It said Himalayas. And that's Tibet. Or parts of it are in Tibet. Uh-oh! Clouds are forming in the mountains and Elliot can barely see. Suddenly, a snow-capped peak flashes past his window. Another looms straight ahead. Elliot dips his left wing and swerves just in time. To reach the cave, he must now land on the shortest and most dangerous runway in the world. I wonder if it's as short as Funchal Airport in Madeira. That is a short runway. You have a quick break on that one, and it's just on stilts by the sea. It's a bit scary. He grips the controls. The wheels bump the ground. Screech! Elliot skids to a halt. The sky is blazing with the light of the meteor. Closer and closer it comes. Elliot can see the entrance to the cave far above him. Luckily, Elliot is a highly experienced mountain climber, so he scrambles up the cliff face and into the cave. Elliot swings the barrel of the meteor-busting rocket launcher towards the sky. He aims. He holds his breath. He waits until just the right moment. He fires and kapow! Elliot saves the world from destruction. Hooray! The Queen gives Elliot an award for his courage and ingenuity. The earth trembles with deafening applause. There he is in his bed. But being a midnight superhero is very tiring. It doesn't leave Elliot with much energy, so day by day, Elliot is quiet. Shh. There's all of his plans. Look, you were saved today by Elliot. Have a nice day. I love that story. I always wanted to be a superhero. I just didn't have it in me. Didn't have it in me. Wonderful. I feel like I've missed a bunch of jokes, so let's go back and just check jokes. I've done that one. Yes, done Trevor's. Okay, good. Right, we're good over there. And I've got to choose a favourite joke. What did one hat say to the other? You wait here, I'll go on ahead. Good joke, Hat Man, at heart. Yes, please. What do you call a parade of rabbits hopping backwards? A receding hairline. Hey, what are you trying to say? What are you saying this hat is hiding? Great jokes. I like that joke. Now, I've got to choose my favourites, haven't I? What's that? Ah, I think that's the pepper joke. Yeah, for the grown-ups, how do you find out? Yeah, I think it's got to be that one. It's got to be that one. Let me just see if I can read it. How do you know how heavy a chili pepper is? Give it away, give it away, give it away now. Great joke. That has won the grown-ups. But I've got to decide on a winner for overall. An overall winner. Now, I think I'm going to go with... Here we go. My decision is, my favourite joke for today is, it's difficult. It's between two. It's between Charles and Esme. It's Charles's first time telling jokes with us, I think. I'm inclined to give it to him, but I can't because the best joke is what kind of insect is hard to understand. It is a mumblebee. I do like your joke you've just done. What do you call an explosive baboon? A baboom. That is a great joke and it's fun to say, but I'm going with Mumblebee. Mumblebee is our overall winner. Well done, Esme. Everyone give her a round of applause. Great stuff, Esme. Amazing jokes today. Noah is in the bath with Captain America goggles, so he is a superhero. Quite right too. Noah, you are a superhero, and I'll see you for chocolate tune time. Now, guys, what you can do, first off, make sure you like this video wherever you're watching it. Click that like button. If you're watching this after we've done it, still click the like button. Make sure you've liked the video. Make sure you share it with friends. Again, afterwards, I don't mind. People can watch this whenever you want. Some people have already said they can't watch live, but they're going to watch later. So I'm going to let them do that. Keep sharing this video all over the place. Also, join Alex tomorrow for Story and Joke Time at 3 o'clock. And join me on Sunday at a new time of 4:30 for Shakespeare Sunday, when we'll be doing Richard III. We're looking forward to that one. Thank you, everybody. You have been amazing. Thank you for your jokes. Well done, Lozzie, on winning the great. That was always going to win. Give it away, give it away, give it away now. Good joke. And well done on a mumblebee. It's just funny. Those are funny jokes. I love them. Thank you, everybody, for joining me for another brilliant Story and joke time. I nearly said chocolate tune time. Story and joke time. Thank you so much. I better get off this screen so you can see the last page. Look, there it is. 4:30 Shakespeare Sunday. Sing with Alex tomorrow. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye over on Facebook. Bye. And bye-bye on YouTube. Bye-bye.